is the ray tracing project with Classic Doom, the original ray tracing project with Classic Doom. But unfortunately, I just can't be happy with anything ever fully. So I've been wanting to do some texture replacements. The old 4-frame animation is just very jarring on top of like the realistic reflections. Unfortunately, the process I found isn't as straightforward as one might hope. It's not as easy as just like, you know, creating your your textures in PNG form and just going and dropping them into the WAD file. There is this folder in the prboom-rt application directory, materials, and then you've got GFX and flats. And you can see that these aren't like normal image files. Like you can't just like open one of these up and look at it. And that's because these are super compressed textures. You have to convert your source assets into these KTX2 files. There's a couple of tools that I use to do this, but even with the tools, it was still a very, very manual process. Like you got to compress them and get a DDS file from the compression step. It could be a 128 byte header or a 148 byte header, depending. Split it up into several raw files consisting of each individual MIP layer. Then you have to use another program to actually package those all up together into the final KTX2. I wanted to, mitigate a lot of this manual work. So I put together this little script to do that. I'm going to open up a new terminal. What I'm going to pass to the script is the mode. That's right. This mode basically determines which workflow you're going to use. The process is still the exact same. It's compress, strip, extract, assemble. It still runs through those exact same stages that I described earlier, but some little details change here and there. Like for example, the 128 versus 148 byte header on the initial compressed DDS artifact, the actual compression format itself, like BC7 for textures versus BC5 for 2-channel normal maps. I'm just going to do the texture mode, and then I'm going to do 5 MIP levels. So there's going to be 5 levels of detail generated for this texture, and then I'm just going to run it. Alright, so working from my textures. So I deleted my output directory, so it's saying that one of the asset directories wasn't found, so it's going to create it. If I say yes, enter, and okay, so I didn't pass it a glob pattern to filter the files because I just want to convert all of the images in my directory. So it found 15 files, fwater 1 through fwater 15, and I'm going to continue, and then there it is. Okay, my cat's on my keyboard, and now these are just my intermediary artifacts. There's the compressed DDS file with the header. There's the raw file with the header stripped out. And then here's all the individual MIP levels. And then here's my final KTX2s. I'm going to copy all of this. Copy. And I'm going to go to my flats. Paste. All right. And then, oh great, unskippable ad, awesome. I'm going to do the exact same thing, except for my normal maps, instead of the texture maps. I'm going to CD into where my normals are, and then I'm going to run basically that same exact command, except using the... Oh my god, please stop! Oh my lord, I'm begging you right now, man. Okay, my normal mode, 5 map levels, and then that's it. Yeah, you can see the subtle differences. Like up here, we're using the VK format BC7 sRGB block format, but here we're using VK format BC5 UNorm block. So that's just one of the little details that changes depending on the mode that you use. Let's go over to the normals, and then there they all are. And then I'm going to copy all these. I'm going to go back to my flats, paste them in, overwrite, yeah. All right. Now, you might suspect that that's all that we need to do, but as you'll see, it is not. So our texture's there, our new texture and the normal maps, they're there, but it's still choppy, and that's because it's only still just cycling through 4 frames at 8 ticks per frame. So there's still a couple more steps that need to be done. One of those is we open up this file called textures_metainfo. You can see that there's like these different almost annotations. I still don't know too much about how this is all interpreted by prboom-rt, but you know, I've been able to surmise that there's something significant here. Another step that you'll need to do to add more animation frames is to add them here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 15. Alright, and then we save that. And then there's one more thing that we need to do, because if I just played it like this, then it would still cycle through only four oh god, Benji, I really wish that you would not be on the desk right now. Now what was I about to do? Oh right, I was gonna go to Slade. Oh jeez. We need to make one change to the animated lump, and this is, I believe, a prboom specific lump you use to edit the animated flats. Unlike animdefs in ZDoom, which is just a text-based lump with like a human readable like language, this is like a binary lump. And so we have these fields here: type, last texture, first texture, speed in ticks. It's going to look at last and first. It's going to cycle through everything in between. Last texture is fwater 15, and first is still 1. And then I'm going to speed this way up so that the animations cycle every single tick. And a Doom tick is 1/35 of a second. Alright, so I'm going to save that. And then there's actually one more thing. I already did it, but if there isn't already an FF start and an FN marker, you put those in. and this is going to be where you add in your custom flats. Because if I were to play this right now and I didn't have all these added, all these extra frames added, prboom would crash, you know, some animation error like a can't find this or whatever. For the prboom-plus-rt project, these don't need to be your actual texture. Like, you don't need to import your actual texture for these. These flats need to exist inside one of the WAD files that you load. So as you can see here, all these just have the no texture graphic. It needs to know about the names. Oh yeah, and actually there's one detail I forgot to mention. I don't know if I'm misremembering this or not, but I'm pretty sure if these were in a different order, in the way that they're arranged between FF start and F end, I'm pretty sure that would be the order that they would play in that they would cycle through the animation. There's no significance to my knowledge of the number at the end of these flat names. It doesn't like take the last character or a couple characters or something, and if it's a number, then increment it and then go through the frames that way. I'm pretty sure it's literally just it encounters the first texture that you mention in the animated lump, and then it keeps assuming that everything is part of that animation until it encounters the end one that you specified in the animated lump. So if that's true, in theory, then we could order these in whatever order that we wanted in the actual WAD file, and then they would play in that order. Did the animated edits that we needed, and then this should be all that we need to do. I'm gonna load up my custom WAD that has the edited animated lump as well as the additional flats. So I'm gonna load that up, and there it is. Oh, let me get a better look. There it is, nice and smooth. And yeah, that's about it. I plan to make some improvements to the other fluids as well. The nukage, the slime, the blood, the lava. But yeah, I just wanted to, you know, give a little demonstration of what the process looks like.